Okay guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to lower the brake pedal on a DRZ400SM as well as adjust the brake light switch afterwards. So why you'd want to do this is because the standard position for the DRZ400 brake lever is a tad bit high. It's kind of awkward to reach for, and when you're doing wheelies it's very hard to keep it on there, and it's much more comfortable to lower it. So what you're going to need for this is a pair of pliers, a 10mm wrench, a 12mm wrench, and a new cotter pin. You could reuse the old ones, but I don't recommend doing so. So where we're going to be working today is with this guy. Some people choose to cut the inside of this guy right here on this bolt and shorten it up so they can lower it even more. But I'm not going to do that today. I don't feel like it's necessary. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 12mm wrench. You're going to loosen that up. You're going to come under here. And now that we're under here, you're going to want to remove this cotter pin here. Okay, so now that we got that cotter pin out, you're going to find this washer here. And this guy comes right out. Set those aside. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want this to be higher, and that'll lower this guy. I marked on the engine case with a pencil just where it was originally, and that's how much it's going to lower it. So this here is going to be our final position once we get the pin in. We're going to tighten this down. I'm going to take this and we're going to put it back through. Now that we've got that back in, I accidentally bent that a little bit, but it's not going to be a big deal because I can just bend it back. Alright, let's throw that back on. And we're going to grab a new cotter pin. We're going to run it through. So there it is. Check to make sure that this guy does not rub on the bottom, and it does not. And they gave us that much more space from factory. You can see where I marked it before. You can see where it is now. That's just about perfect. So I think I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to tighten everything up. Careful, because it is fairly easy to bend this piece right here. We're going to go ahead and get the cotter pin back in there. Now that we have this bolt back in. Alright, so now that we got that cotter pin in, we're going to move over to this right here, which is the brake light switch. So what happens is, it actually puts pressure on the top button, and once you press it, it's going to release that button. So you want it to just barely press on that button, and it's not even doing so right now, which means the light would be on constantly because I just made that adjustment. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up this bolt right here, and then we're going to push this so it's just barely touching this button right here. So this is going to be a 10 millimeter wrench. Oh boy. And there we go. So we want it to just be touching it. You can kind of hear it click when it hits the sensor. I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but you'll definitely be able to hear a click when you're doing it. If you don't hit that click, you're not going to have your brake light shut off. So you're going to just pass that click. So now, whenever you depress your brake pedal, comes right on. And we can see this back here. And so now you are done. And now that you've got everything back, go ahead and go out and ride.